What happens after all 21 million Bitcoin are mined? No new Bitcoins will be issued. There were 19,276,325 Bitcoins in existence as of Jan. 29, 2023. At that moment, there were 1,723,675 left to be mined before the limit of 21 million Bitcoins is reached. Welcome to this Crypto Wave channel. In the last part of this video, we will show you what will happen after mining all 21 million Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency promised us a revolution, but will infighting among its traders help rival value exchange systems steal its thunder? If you take even a passing interest in technology or finance, you'll already know about Bitcoin. The digital currency was released in 2009 and was heralded as a decentralized network for value exchange that would take power away from governments and big banks and put it in the hands of ordinary people. Its revolutionary blockchain technology created a distributed public ledger of transactions and enabled nearly instantaneous, cost-free transfers of money anywhere in the world. As it gathered momentum, Silicon Valley venture capitalist Mark Andreessen wrote in the New York Times that its invention was on a par with that of the personal computer or the internet. Will the number of Bitcoins ever reach 21 million? The total number of Bitcoins issued is not expected to reach 21 million. That's because the Bitcoin network uses bit shift operators, arithmetic operators that round some decimal points down to the closest smallest integer. This rounding down may occur when the block reward for producing a new Bitcoin block is divided in half, and the amount of the new reward is calculated. That reward can be expressed in satoshis, with 1 satoshi equaling 0.00000001 Bitcoins. Because a satoshi is the smallest unit of measurement in the Bitcoin network, it cannot be split in half. The Bitcoin blockchain, when tasked with splitting a satoshi in half to calculate a new reward amount, is programmed, using bit shift operators, to round down to the nearest whole integer. This systematic rounding down of Bitcoin block rewards, in fractions of satoshis, is why the total number of Bitcoins issued is likely to fall slightly short of 21 million. How long does it take to mine 1 Bitcoin? The time it takes to mine 1 Bitcoin depends on the amount of the block reward or how many new Bitcoins are paid to crypto miners for generating a new block. The current block reward is 6.25 Bitcoins, and a new block is produced approximately every 10 minutes. Thus, a new Bitcoin is mined about every 0.625 minutes. When the reward halves in 2024, about 0.3125 Bitcoins will be mined per minute. Is Bitcoin going to change the world? If Bitcoin's growth does turn out to be stunted by its failure to sufficiently increase transaction volumes and speed, then there may be a chance for rival blockchain technology, Ethereum, to overtake it. Ethereum isn't digital money per se, although it does comprise its own digital currency called Ether. Instead, it is a decentralized platform that uses blockchain technology to provide an adaptable framework on which other applications can be built. This includes so-called smart contracts that can be written or programmed and then left to autonomously execute themselves based on predetermined criteria. Insurance policies, wills, sports betting, and any number of other applications could be set up this way and left to execute the pre-agreed terms when sufficient conditions are met. In theory, entire companies could be run in the same way. In fact, that is what was supposed to happen with the formation of the Decentralized Autonomous Organization in May of this year. Essentially, the DAO was to be a kind of unmanned venture capital fund, with no board of directors, that was built on Ethereum to automatically make investments according to rules agreed by its backers. It set the record for the largest crowdfunding campaign in history, attracting $120 million of investment, and was written with code that was made available to all. What happens after all 21 million Bitcoin are mined? After the maximum number of Bitcoins is reached, even if that number is ultimately slightly below 21 million, no new Bitcoins will be issued. Bitcoin transactions will continue to be pooled into blocks and processed, and Bitcoin miners will continue to be rewarded, but likely only with transaction processing fees. Bitcoin reaching its upper supply limit is likely to affect Bitcoin miners, but how they are affected depends in part on how Bitcoin evolves as a cryptocurrency. If the Bitcoin blockchain in 2140 processes many transactions, then Bitcoin miners may still be able to generate profits from only transaction processing fees. If Bitcoin in 2140 largely serves as a store of value, rather than for daily daily purchases, then it's still possible for miners to profit, even with low transaction volumes and the disappearance of block rewards. Miners can charge high transaction fees to process high-value transactions or large batches of transactions. With more efficient Layer 2 blockchains like the Lightning Network working in conjunction with the Bitcoin blockchain to facilitate daily Bitcoin spending. What happens to mine fees when Bitcoin's supply limit is reached? Bitcoin mining fees will disappear when the Bitcoin supply reaches 21 million. After that, miners will likely earn income only from transaction processing fees rather than a combination of block rewards and transaction fees. The bottom line: will Bitcoin function like pocket change or bars of gold in the year 2140? The Bitcoin ecosystem is still developing, making it possible that Bitcoin itself will continue to evolve over the coming decades. But however Bitcoin evolves, no new Bitcoins will be released after the 21 million coin limit is reached. Reaching this supply limit is likely to have the most significant impact on Bitcoin miners, but it's possible that Bitcoin investors could also experience adverse effects. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.